Hello, I am here to talk to you today about fitness and health. So some of the things that we will start off with is a warm-up and a cool-down. You always want to do this with every exercise that you plan, whether it's aerobic, anaerobic, you're swimming, or anything that you plan to be doing. For the warm-up, you want to make sure that you are moving and stretching, so doing dynamic stretches. So a couple lunges and leaning over and rolling out your shoulders on either side, doing a couple squats. And then also if you can take a light weight or anything that you have in your house or at the gym, usually like a 2-pound weight or a 5-pound weight, and make sure you do a couple curls and a couple overhead pushes and different movements with your arms. You want to warm up the whole body. Sometimes a light walk or jog can also suffice to get you warmed up. It's really important to warm up because you want to make sure that you're getting your heart rate up, and with your cool down you want to make sure that you're getting that heart rate back down to a resting heart rate. So this is the time where you're going to hold those longer stretches. So you can go back into a lunge and just hold it longer. You could also do a fold over bend, a light walk just to cool down. You want to, when you're warming up and cooling down, you kind of want the exercise to mirror what you're planning to do. So warming up the muscles and cooling down the muscles that you will and have used during the exercise. The same with so if we work it back into our arms, you want to make sure that you're stretching out your arms and the muscles that you use. Make sure that you're stretching out your neck and your back and your ankles and wrists and any joints that you have, making sure that those are ready for the rest of your day after your exercise. Today I am here to walk you through and demonstrate a couple activities. So we're going to start with a 20-yard dash. So how you would measure that is you can either go to a local football field, in a park. You can also just measure foot to toe. The 20-yard dash is 60 feet. So if you do that heel to toe, you just walk it out until you get that. Make sure you mark either side. And then if you want to measure it in time so you can record it, you would take a watch or a clock or anything and measure those seconds. It's probably best to have someone looking at that for you. So have someone near so that they can help you with the next couple requirements and how to walk through those. Our next activity is a vertical jump. So how you would measure that is you've probably seen like a ruler or measuring tape along a wall. Usually that's the best way to measure it. So what you would do is you would stand on your 2 feet. There's no running before or anything, and then you would just jump up as high as you can vertically, and that shows how far your vertical jump is. And that's also best to have someone with you to mark where that end of the jump is. Our next activity is lifting a 5-pound weight or any weight that suits your body. It's also best to have someone near you during this activity. What you need to do is bend down towards the weight, and then you will grab your weight with your full hand. Sometimes if you need both hands, that helps. You want to put all that weight into your legs and don't put any of the weight into your back. Just keep your core and your back tight, and then get the weight up to a standing position. Only do what your body is suited for. Don't over pull a weight. You also want it to not be too light. You want to make sure that you're actually getting an exercise from it. Our next activity is a push-up. So with a push-up, you want to make sure that your hands are suited right outside your shoulders. So you want to have those right on the ground in front of you. And then your feet can be separated or together in a, like if you were a board plank. So you want to be in that long line, and you want to keep your core tight and your back tight and engage your quadriceps and glutes and every part of your legs. And then through the push-up, you want to go all the way down to 90 degrees with your elbows, and then that will be your final position, and you'll push back up, and that is one push-up. Our next activity is a curl. So with a curl, you want to have the weight right by your side. You can have them in both hands, or sometimes if you're doing alternating, it's best to have one in either hand. You can also just hold it in one. So what you want to do is you want to bring the weight forward, and then you want to lift it up, making sure that your elbow is glued into your rib cage and oblique muscles to hold that into place. You don't want to swing it around or just use momentum. You want to make sure that you are getting a full exercise from this movement. Our next activity is jump rope. So for a jump rope, you want to start with the rope right behind your heels and hold it in both of your hands. And then when you will have the rope come all the way around your body, and when it hits the ground in front of your feet, you will jump over it. And that is one jump rope. Also, for measuring that, it might be best to do how many you can do within 30 seconds or within a minute and time yourself that way. That wraps up our exercises and activities. So make sure that you try this at home with a trusted adult or friend so you have someone to help you measure those. And good luck. We are going to talk about how to plan an exercise regimen for you throughout the week. So you want to incorporate a workout and a cool down, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of weight training, and a little bit of stretching into each activity or each exercise plan that you have for each day. The best way to start is to start with a notebook and pen and paper, or you can use an app, a notes app, or if you have a computer, anything that you can to track that and write that down so that you can record what you've been doing and you can record your progress. So in each exercise throughout the day, you want to make sure that your warm-up goes with the exercise that you have planned for the day, and you want to make sure that you're staying to either one part of the body, or if you're doing a full body, you want to make sure that that is aligned. So you want to do a little bit of research, write down what your plan is, and then go execute your plan. So moving forward, you want to make sure that you are planning out 3 days per week and tracking your progress so that you know at the end of the 30 days how far you have come along, and good luck.